They chillin' in Alaska, swimming in Atlanta, vultures out in Beemore, they Kira, Carolina, they wildin' in Chicago, howlin' down in Big D, Mile High in Denver, that Tallahassee pride is deep, they lunchin' in Vancouver, Desperado shootin', the renegades on the loose, the hyenas lootin', gold out in QC, who higher than them sparrows, the fury swooping in divine order for the pharaohs, Indy on the rise, the sharks about to mash, gladiators, knights and Aztecs about to clash. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. First and 10, I'm so aggressive. The end zone, the game plan, no pressure. They gotta pay me how they measure me. You know these haters on my back like the referee. You know I'm in it to win it. Game day, I'm about my business, I gotta get it. So I'm all about my ends. And these non-stop wins. They can't touch us, can't touch us. We turning up on these suckers. You know the D brought the rockets. Cause we tighter than the huddles. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. Third down is going down. Round the pound, oh, we gotta air them out. That's why I gotta hit the route. Hit the flat if I catch it, then I'm out. What the inches gotta take. YOLO, just no pump fake. So tighten up and hit the power high. The audible to draw them off sides.
Ryan Michaels gets a block midfield. Ryan Michaels, he could be gone. Trying to make comfortable behind, he will not. Touchdown, Houston.
Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party.
Jay Ayola shakes it. Oh my goodness, Ayola gets away. Jay Ayola on the first play for Tallahassee is going to score again. Left side, Odom gets away. Odom breaks another tackle. Ash Odom, you've got to be kidding me. Big chase, 10-1 touchdown! Oh my word!
Tonight, the undefeated Alaska Storm try and stay atop the Western Conference, but their toughest road trip may be this evening, all the way to the United Kingdom to take on the London Knights, who are desperate to turn things around. Two strong quarterbacks and two teams with a lot of superstars clash at Queensway tonight on Friday Night Lights. And it starts right now. Welcome to London in the United Kingdom. A beautiful 55-degree evening. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cam Irvine, alongside Stephen Melinex and Jeff Melinishin on stats. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm doing great, Cam. Can't wait to look at and see these two teams. Two traditionally defenses that love to go after the quarterback, and two passers who are among the best the SFL has to offer. Can the London Knights shake their three-game losing skid, or will it be just another walk in the park for the unbeaten Alaska Storms We'll find out tonight on Friday Night Lights.
1 a.m. local time here in London, in prime time. One of the strongest SFL franchises in this city loves these nights. Ron Cochran calls the toss and wins the toss. The Storm will put their defense on the field first. And we are ready for week 5, Stephen. It is blowing by. Cam returns. Brad Bretchett has the ball on the tee. And the hand in the air and for the 800-something time. SFL Nation, kick it, we're underway. Deep kick, 2 yards into the end zone, return by Melanishin, out past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And that's where Nathan Lee and the troubled yet powerful London Knights offense takes the field.
Yeah, London has the number 2 passing offense in the SFL, averaging 368 yards through the air, but they're also number 1 in turnovers, 18 so far through 4 games.
Lee starts with 4 wide, empty set, and press coverage showing from Alaska. As Lee will drop to throw, a quick pass is caught by Tristan Carr, a pickup of 7 yards, and they're going to need more of that quick passing game because Alex Dominguez has 14.5 sacks.
Yeah, Big Sexy will definitely come after you. Number 1 in sacks is not even close, Cam. That 14.5 is nearly 7 more, or actually exactly 7 more than the next closest man,
Crazy.
Tyrone Zeus, who actually plays for London.
2nd down and 3. Top defensive lineman in the game tonight. Should be fun as Lee will swing it out to Ray King Ball, and King Ball will do well to pick up maybe a half a yard. DJ Majesty in the picture. 3rd and short for London. And what do you think the key is tonight for London to pull the upset, Stephen?
Well, I think it's exactly what you said, that short passing game, and they're gonna look Tristan Carr's way, the tight end, a little bit more than they have. He has 32 receptions on the season, which is number 1 for all tight ends here in the SFL. They're going to need him to play big tonight.
Passing is Lee, 3rd and 2. Hit as he threw, caught by Carr. Carr spins away from 2. Has a first down to the London 39-yard line. And that's a strong start for Tristan Carr, who is enjoying a quietly really efficient first third of the season so far. He's seen an uptick in production.
Yeah, the free agent from Vancouver in his 2nd season, 32 receptions on the season so far, 324 yards and a touchdown. But I think he might go for his most receptions tonight.
1st and 10 at the 39. Ray King Ball's going to take a handoff, and he gets smothered for a loss of 3 yards. Really nice job on the front line from Lyon. And I've got Pierre Lyon as number 96 in my roster, so boy, it's week 5, and there's a lot of players in this league.
That's a big boy, 6'5", 295 yards, and he was in the backfield before the running back even got the ball.
2nd and 13, Lee actually outside, pass caught. First towards the first down, man with the catch to the London 45-yard line. 3rd and 5 coming up, the 6th play of the drive for the Knights.
Well, I really like what the Knights offensive coordinator is doing here. He's not putting a lot of pressure on Nathan Lee, which is what we've seen in these past games. They're giving Lee wide open targets, whether it be down the middle or those simple out routes to the 3rd wide receiver to help get him going and get that momentum going.
3rd and 5 at the 45. Lee changing the play at the line, trips off the left side, ball in the right hash. Lee going to throw. Lee's in trouble. Lee, sack, Big Sexy. Loss of 8 yards. Could have dumped it off, but was looking for something bigger. And Dominguez all over Lee, and that'll force a London punt.
Well, how many times have we seen Big Sexy take over the game early, really put his stamp on this game and on Nathan Lee there? Nathan Lee's jersey might be switched from 13 to 69 after that crunching. But Dominguez early is important to what Alaska does. They like to establish themselves defensively on this first series, and certainly have done that.
7:50 to go in the first. 4th and 13. London will have to punt it away after a moderately successful opening drive. Jeff Como is back to return, and Como up to the 29. So with 7:40 to go in the first, we meet Ron Cochran and the rest of the Alaska offense. Jason Williams, the fullback, who had a top play on this past week's blitz. You got Robert Merrill, Optimus Klein, Jeff Como on the outside.
And Ron Cochran, the most accurate quarterback in the SFL last season and so far this season, amazingly completing 80% of his passes, Cam.
500 bits from TJ Cag, SFL for the Queen, he says. First down, handoff Williams. Williams running left. He'll be wrestled down after a 4-yard pickup. Slyn Shady coming over in support, along with Rick Hard at outside linebacker.
And after a really great rookie debut by Williams, he had a little bit of a lull there, maybe hit a bit of a rookie wall, but Alaska's been paying a lot more attention to actually getting him involved more, and it's showing.
Handoff Williams, breaks a tackle. Williams first down out of the 43-yard line. Tackle made by Jimmy Rigg, but Williams is off to a big start. And Alaska, similar to Tallahassee, has found more of a running game this season after a couple of teams had some terrific passing offenses over the course of last season.
Well, when you run a fullback the way Alaska does, you expect him to be very physical, deliver blows without really giving much ground. And Jason Williams, he's built like a tank, so he can do that. But surprisingly, he has some really good quickness there getting the first down.
3 receivers, 2 to the left side, ball on the left hash for Cochran. 6:42 to go in the first quarter, no score. Cochran against some pressure. Pass is caught, but getting it out to Como just a little bit early caused Como to get a little mixed up with the feet. Otherwise, could have been a first down pickup of 6.
Well, really great route run there by Como, who surprisingly has a pretty good production this year. 25 receptions, 376 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Really exceeding what Robert Merrill has done so far this season.
Having a great year. 2nd down and 4. Deep drop back Cochran. Bomb down the field. Incomplete. Nathan Blake was in coverage, and that looked like it was off of Klein's hands. Maybe just a little bit out of his reach. That's unusual to see out of Ron.
Well, if there's one guy you don't want to attack on this defense, it's Nathan Blake, the free safety rookie that was undrafted, has 3 interceptions on the season, nearly 30 tackles. He is probably their best or one of their best defensive players in the secondary.
Ochitona 11 just subscribed with Twitch Prime, and Adelia Y2K with 100 bits, so we appreciate all of that support. Beautiful ball dropped in the bucket to Optimus Klein between 2 defenders. First down into London scoring position.
Well, Cochran is a touch passer who can throw feathers when he needs to. Here, the absolute perfect pass to the big Optimus Klein, 6'4", 225. What a big target for Cochran, but there, it could have been a 5'8" guy, and that would have been a completed pass.
Halfway through the first quarter, 4 wide for Cochran. 4 down linemen for London in the dime look. Back to passes, Ron down the middle, caught first down to the 15-yard line, pickup of 18 yards. That's number 89, Jose Galeano, 6'1", 185, the 4th wide receiver in this lineup.
Well, I like what Alaska has done here on their first offensive series. They look to the running game of Jason Williams early, and then they have let Cochran loose and let him throw some deep passes. They know this London team is the last in the SFL in yards allowed per game.
Cochran to the end zone, touchdown! Optimus Klein, the perfect pass. 6-0.
Klein, the receptions leader on this team, 37 receptions for 369 yards. But surprisingly, this is only his 2nd touchdown of the season. But look, that aside, Ron Cochran looks absolutely perfect coming out of the gate here. That's bad news for the London Knights, because when Ron Cochran is on, he is really on.
Extra point coming from Brad Bretchett. Really nice first drive from Cochran, and the kick is away and through. 7-0. Alaska on top of London. And we pause for a moment for a word from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter @SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Melanishin out to the 23-yard line, 5:04 to go in the first. Nathan Lee out there for his second possession, and Alaska showing no jet lag, about a 12-hour plane flight here, Steven. That was rough. Ours wasn't as long, but man, 12 hours. Still got to play football.
I like the fact that the league got his first class, though, buddy.
It was beautiful. 1st and 10 from the 23. Handoff, Ray King Ball running right. Look at the blocking. Ray King Ball, 40-45 out of the 48-yard line. A 25-yard run for Ray King Ball. That's got to be a season high.
And talk about shocking. You know, that certainly had to be a surprise to the Storm defense, who have not seen in game films the London Knights make runs like this. But it just shows you, when you get perfect blocking like that, that these backs, even the ones that are considered role players, can take advantage of those opportunities for big gains.
Somewhere Miley Cyrus was singing, "I came in like a Ray King Ball." 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line for London. 4 receivers, 3 off the left side. Lee going long, Hands is open. Hands 25-20, 15-10, breaks a tackle. Touchdown London. They've tied the game with an extra point pending.
The Alaska Storm defense, did you not do your research, guys? They love to run James Hands on this fade route and that 9 up the seam. They love to do that. And this is where James Hands makes his money. Boy, if Alaska doesn't make some kind of adjustment here, James Hands will absolutely go off on them.
And just missing the tackle was Ryan Tobin, the second-year safety for this Storm squad, and a 2-play drive. One, a long run from the running back, and then a beautiful throw to Hands. Hands at over 200 yards receiving last week. Trying to do his best Dallas Lobos receiver impression. And the extra point for London is good, and it's 7-7 with 4:35 left in the first quarter, and so far so good for the Knights, keeping pace.
Yeah, they're going to need to do that. You know, you don't really want to affix your offense to only making those big plays. You really want to see a more balanced offense like we've seen from Alaska, you know, able to really find success on the ground and then look long. Whereas this is a London Knights team that is really one-dimensional, really only a passing offense, although they had that big run that set up that big pass.
And that's true, Stephen, as Como gets out of the 26-yard line. Maybe that had something to do with, even if Alaska was even just thinking that it might happen again, they may have whiffed on an assignment out there. But Nathan Lee takes advantage, throws the touchdown strike. 4:31 to go in the first. Cochran back out there again. His first drive, he was 4 of 5 for 58 yards and a touchdown. Thanks to Jeff on stats. Handoff, Williams now running left. Really well executed and designed play. Picks up 8 yards. Slyn Shady with a vicious hit, and Williams a little slow to get up. Appears to be okay.
Well, again, that's just really great blocking, but a great individual effort by Slyn Shady there to be able to just get enough of Williams to bring him down and prevent what should have probably been a much longer game.
100 bits from Nathan Lee in the chat. Appreciate your support. 2nd and 2 from the 34. Under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cochran back to throw. Cochran outside, wide open. Klein breaks a tackle in the open field. Optimus Klein out of the London 48-yard line. Yak, 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 yak. 53 yards on 3 catches.
Well, the Alaska offense is often a thing of beauty, and me and you sit here on a weekly basis when we watch the Alaska Storm, and we marvel at how wide open that this offensive coordinator gets these receivers. At times, no defender even around them, much less an Optimus Klein able to get yards after the catch as well.
3:45 to go in the first. 1st and 10 at the London 48-yard line, and Cochran pump fakes, fires middle, covered, and still caught. Shady was caught defending the slot receiver Como, and he makes a grab at the London 28-yard line. Boy, Stephen, if this keeps up, we're going to have a lot of points tonight.
Well, Ron Cochran in complete command of this offense. The pump fake the perfect dime right into Como's hands, right with Slim Shady all over him like a wet blanket. Cochran makes it really easy for these wide receivers. I don't want to diminish how talented they are, but boy, do they have just such a reliable guy under center.
3:15 to go in the first and 10 of the 28-yard line. 3 receivers. Line shifts for London. Trying to get pressure on Cochran. They've gotten none of it. 4 wide out to Nordellis. Nordellis 20. Nordellis first down. No. They said he stepped out of bounds just before the first down marker at the night 18-yard line.
Well, excellent play design with Jason Julian, the tight end, able to get out in front of Williams and provide a really good block there that should have probably resulted in the first down, but probably as close as you'll ever see here in the SFL, right up on the yellow line.
70 viewers, Friday Night Lights picking up speed. 2nd and inches at the 18, 2:52 to go in the first quarter. London on their second drive is in the red zone again, and Williams has just enough for the first down, although pretty well defended on that play, or on that series for London. Tackle made by Oliver Reeder.
Well, that's why you pay the fullback the big bucks to convert those short first downs or goal line plays. But there, actually, Williams slipped just a little bit before taking off, but still has the frame and the momentum there to get past the first down marker.
3 wide again for Alaska in a tie ball game. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. London holding their own despite their 1-3 record and a terrible showing in Chicago last week. Cochran pump fake now near side. He caught it! How did Klein catch that between Rigg and the chain gang, man? Down to the 7-yard line for a 1st and goal. That's unbelievable.
Well, Jimmy Rigg, the cornerback out there, must be baffled by what he's seen. It was like an illusion or magic how Cochran got the ball past the defender. Just an amazing. I wish we had a replay.
Hand off Williams. Williams up the middle, and he gets planted at the 6-yard line. This is Jason Julian time. They use their tight end well inside the 10. 2nd and goal, Alaska trying to make it 2 for 2 on offensive possessions.
Well, nice job there by Rick Hard, the linebacker, able to tattoo Williams right in the chest. Boy, we don't see many hits like that where the offensive player actually gets up from them.
Cochran out of the gun. Cochran to throw. Quick throw short. Caught. Looking for the end zone. Julian couldn't get there. Mark him down at the goal line. So 3rd and goal coming up, I would imagine it'd be Williams' time, but can London stop it even if they know it's coming?
Well, I don't fault Cochran for going to Jason Julian there. 6'6", 263 pounds. You figure the big fella can fall over and get into the end zone, but good job by the nice defense to stop him short.
Out of the gun, 3rd and goal. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Cochran's going to throw. And Cochran all day. Checked out, picked. One-handed interception by Slim Shady. Put it in the top place. That was unbelievable.
Well, what an athletic play by the linebacker, the all-pro linebacker here in the SFL.
Look at that.
Crossing the entire field and catching it with his left hand, Cam. Amazing. For Alaska, you've got to be scratching your head. You've got a fullback that you have paid to make those kind of plays on the goal line. Why do you go shotgun on 3rd down?
Wow, kudos to our 2K production crew because that angle was awesome. As raking ball is dropped in the end zone for a safety. 9-7 in a turn of events. Alaska gets the ball back.
Andrew Francis sniffs this play out from the very beginning, is untouched, bypasses the blocker. The blocker didn't even see him. He was so lightning fast, able to put the running back down in the backfield, in the end zone for a safety. 2 back-to-back amazing defensive plays, Cam.
Wow, the fullback just whiffed on that block. That was Frankie Boyle. Horrible. And now returning is Joshua Paul out of the 40-yard line with 40 seconds to go. He's slow to get up. But, oh, man, that is a momentum sucker, Steven, when you've got to stop, and now all of a sudden Alaska has more points than you thought, and they've got the ball back.
Well, talk about taking the wind out of your sails. You get just this huge play from Slim Shady that just hypes the crowd up and builds to this crescendo, and then all of a sudden lost on a safety.
Out of the gun, Cochran, can he take a better advantage? He's hit as he threw. Pressure up the middle. Optimus Klein was the intended target. Barry Scott applying the heat. 2nd and 10 for the Storm, and for Ron Cochran, that is just incompletion number 2.
And that's what we need to see more of this Knights defense, I believe. They just haven't been able to get enough pressure on Cochran. Certainly want to do that tonight. There's our first sign of a little of the bit of their pass rush. They need more.
3 receivers, 2 in the backfield for Cochran. Nickel look, back to pass. Cochran outside. Incomplete pass. 3rd down.
Well, I'd like to see that one again to see if maybe he's able to get his toes in. I'm not sure. Let's see if they challenge here. Doesn't look like they will. So that's good. That's good on the Knights defense. They're able to cause this 3rd and 10 to happen. Let's see if they can get a stop here and get their offense the ball back.
3rd down and 10. Cochran going long, wide open. It's the fullback, Williams, down to the 31-yard line of the Knights. How does he get so wide open?
Yeah, total defensive breakdown here by the Knights. Just Slim Shady out there in coverage, doesn't have an idea, really loses where Williams is in the backfield back there, in the secondary, and it's just a big mistake that the Storm are good enough to take advantage of.
Cochran sacked in the backfield, loss of 5. Right up the gut. That's the end of the quarter. Couldn't spot who that was. Did you see who that was, Stephen?
It's showing Slim Shady. I'm not sure, though.
End of the first, either way. 9-7. What a thriller to start week 5 on Friday Night Lights. We're back to Queensway after a word from our sponsors. APM Music is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com and visit their all-new esports landing page to find the best highlight music, heroic action, and epic sounds to boost the quality of your esports stream just like us. Log on to forum.apmmusic.com/esports for more information. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Here at MediaTek, our goal is to create a well-rounded media professional. MediaTek is a place where you can turn dreams into reality. Our comprehensive recording arts, digital film, animation, mobile apps, and web development courses are focused on being very hands-on. We are a career-focused school. Our instructors are not only great teachers, they are also working professionals with real-world experience. MediaTek, come see what your future holds.
The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, is brought to you in part by Show Business Studios, by MediaTek Institute, by Richards Printworks, by ScoreStream, and Spygoat. Tight-knit SFL community. Deep ball. Cochran, it's intercepted. Rigg at the 10-yard line. And London's got back-to-back turnovers.
Well, a perfect play there by the defender. Ron Cochran here really throwing this up a little bit earlier than he wants to, trying to find Optimus Klein on a deep route. But number 22 there able to get in front of the ball. Played it perfectly. Excellent job there by the Knights, and Jimmy Riggs gets his revenge there a little bit on Klein.
Swole 2011 is now hosting us. Appreciate that. 10:56 to go in the second. 9-7. Alaska up on a safety. I believe that's the first safety of this SFL season. I don't remember seeing one. Lee, excellent job getting outside the pocket a little bit, looking for James Hands, but can't find him. Incomplete.
Yeah, certainly not the best pass that Nathan Lee's ever thrown there. A little bit of a duck and really dangerous, and trying to find his best and his top wide receiver in between two Alaska Storm defenders there. Really dangerous. Probably not what you want to see after that great turnover.
10:51 to go in the second. Second down and 10 from the 10, 3 wide for Lee. Lee outside to Ray King Ball, and Ball is to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 9. Ron Cochran, 151 yards, a touchdown, but those 2 picks, Nathan Lee having a strong and steady performance in the first half.
Yeah, this is one of the top passers in the SFL, number 2 in yardage, nearly 1,500 yards through 4 games. This guy will put up a big stat number every time he's on the field.
Third down and 1 from the 19. Ball on the left hash. Could Ball get the carry? No. Lee's going to throw. Lee's in some trouble. Lee is going to be sacked. You've got to get rid of it. And Lee's going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, certainly held the ball just a second or two too long there. But it was a weird formation from the start. It looked like they were going to run the ball. Alaska not going to be fooled by this really one-dimensional London Knights offense. And they come after him. And if Lee isn't able to find his target quickly, he's done so.
Gerald Thomas with the sack. Now Como on a return, got some space, gets into London territory with 9:56 to go in the second quarter. A word from the SFL.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us.
And off Williams.
APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Got 3, 2nd and 7, hard on the tackle.
And the Knights are doing a much better job of getting pressure on Cochran, helping to result in that interception in the last series. But Alaska's solution is going to be to run Jason Williams some more and see if they can kind of break up that pressure.
London's defense trying to stay strong. Handoff Williams. Williams stays patient. Williams first down, trucks a man to the 36-yard line, and he had to wait for that to open up a little bit.
Yeah, nice patience there, but he's able to always finish like a hammer on a nail, Cam. He's got a lot of power, and you see there he takes his shoulder and puts it into a man. He's looking, he's not trying to avoid contact. He's looking to hurt somebody out there.
That was Nathan Blake getting shunned. First and 10 at the Knight 36-yard line. 3 receivers. Como in the slot. Merrill, bottom of the screen, as you mentioned. Merrill having a bit of a quiet season so far this year. Cochran out of the gun. And Cochran looking Merrill's direction. First down to the 22-yard line. And he can run the outs or the slants or the crossing patterns. He's just an all-around fantastic receiver.
Yeah, that makes his 20th reception on the season, 224 yards and 3 touchdowns. Leads the team in receiving touchdowns, but really, for the bulk of his 4-year career, he's just been the steady guy that doesn't worry about his stats, not worried about the numbers or getting a large production, but wants to fill in where he's needed, and is just so consistent and so reliable for Alaska.
Out of the gun, Cochran. Outside, Klein able to spin out of bounds, get into the red zone again. So if you think about it, Stephen, this is the 4th possession for Alaska. 3 times they've been in the red zone. If London can hold to a field goal here, they got to feel really good about bending and not breaking.
Yeah, certainly, and feel good about getting a turnover, on Ron Cochran, who through 4 games has only thrown 6 picks.
And now has 2 tonight. 2nd and 4 from the 17, 2 in the backfield. And Williams takes the handoff, and London does a much better job of sealing things up. Shady on the tackle. Frank Axmall was in the area as well. Williams averaging 4.6 yards a carry, but London has forced a 3rd down.
Well, the Knights defense obviously recognizing that Alaska here, wants to run the ball here on 3rd and 4. Clearly they're going to pass, as they don't even have a running back in the backfield.
4 wide, 3 to the short side right. Cochran, look at the out route, was wide open instead. Cochran goes to Julian, which honestly, depending upon the timing of the route, Klein may have ended up going out of bounds prior to moving the sticks. And Julian does the job. First down, almost 1st and goal.
Well, Cochran's known for being a quick processor from read to read. Here he just kind of kept his reads on the right side of the field and was working through those 4 receivers, saw the big tight end and just delivered a nice ball to him.
Split backs, nickel look, hand off to Williams. Got a good crack back block, touchdown, Alaska, 15-7.
Making it look too easy. Too easy. Jason Williams here. If you can break 1 tackle here in the SFL, you know that you're going to gain yardage here. He doesn't just break a tackle. He breaks that young man's dreams that was destroying him and any chance of making an open field tackle. Jason Williams establishing his dominance tonight.
Can you break your face? Because if you can break your face, I think that's what just happened. I'm just not sure if you can or not medically.
Yeah, I think I've seen many a female teenager break their face in that In Feelings challenge. I don't know if you know what that is, but they're dancing out beside their car as it's driving by and then face plant. So that was a very much an failed In My Feelings challenge there by the defender.
What is that challenge? I'm not familiar with the challenge.
It's a Drake song, and there's a certain dance that goes along with it, and a lot of especially young girls are like dancing beside their cars while the car's still running. I'm sure they'll explain it to you in the chat.
Wow, sounds like we need to walk the streets of London tomorrow and see if we see any of that. I don't think we want to walk the streets tonight after the game. I think it'll be a little too late for that. 7:04 to go in the first half. A late one here in London, but having a lot of fun. The Knights have not looked the same since, at least offensively, since giving up that safety. They've struggled a bit. Haven't been on the field much, honestly. 7:04 to go in the second quarter. Lee is under center. Lee will hand it off to Ray King Ball, and he's dropped for a 4-yard loss. That puts him in a second down and long. And Ball, outside of that one carry, has not had much success. And we haven't seen Tristan Carr catch a pass since the opening drive.
Nah, he's been silenced. But here what's really great about the Storm defense tonight is they know that the London Knights want to pass the ball, yet they're getting so much penetration on the defensive line, they're able to cover the run too. 4
receivers, 3 to the short side right, top of the screen. Lee back to throw. Lee floats one over the middle. Boy, I thought that was going to hands. Instead, Carr grabs it out of nowhere and picks up half of what they need.
It makes it a manageable 3rd and 7 here. At a certain point, London's done a great job of really stopping Alaska from overtaking this game early, but the Storm has still been successful. The Knights need something out of Nathan Lee right now.
Back to pass is Lee. Lee hit as he threw. Pass caught, breaking a tackle. Carr did not get the first. A.J. Francis and Evan Carroll lock him down. Carroll, the 4-year veteran, all with the Alaska Storm, and London will punt it away again.
Well, Carr going a little bit too much north-south, east-west, not enough north-south. There just needs to realize where he is on the field and what he needs for a first down, but a great job by the defense there of Alaska to stop him short.
Halfway through the second. And Jeff Como, what a nice return. Splitting the difference. Reminded me of my bowling game with that 8-10 split and it's 1st and 10 at the 31 for Ron Cochran.
Yeah, I go right down the middle in between those 2 pins too. But man, that nice play. We see so many of those punt returns that are just stopped really short, but great little move by Como, who's shown a little something on these punt returns as of late.
Tell you what, Como raising his value. He's having a stellar season so far. Pass caught by Nordellis, pickup of 3. And you got to think, Steven, this London defense has been pretty good so far. They haven't let up anything too major, but this offense has got to start producing or this defense is going to end up toppling over itself.
Yeah, it's just the case of, a defense that really is supporting an offense that has had really one big offensive play to get on the board.
2nd and 7 from the 35. Cochran looking, sacked. Looked like London may have been in a little bit of man there, and Cochran couldn't find anybody. Sack by William Davidson, who came out of retirement to rejoin the Knights.
Well, that's going to be William Davidson's 7th sack on the season there, which is just a nice addition to this already talented defensive line. And look, that was also partly a coverage sack. Cochran just couldn't find anybody open quick enough, but Davidson was on top of him so fast.
3rd down and 12, 4.5 to go. Another critical 3rd down for the Storm. Cochran against a 4-man rush, checks it down short. Now everybody is rallying to the football, and the man to get there first is Jeff Boyardee. 4th and 7, Julian with the reception, but it will result in a rare punt for Jean Tutu.
We can feel that momentum shift, Cam. The defense certainly feeling it. All these red jerseys flying to the ball. There was no way that Julian was ever going to be able to get even close to the yellow line. So a good job by this Knights defense once again.
Tutu kicks it away, and back to return is Melinishin. Not much room, or Melinishin, I should say. 1st and 10 to the 35-yard line. Good field position here. Now, tomorrow night, Stephen, if you missed the blitz, you're going to want to check it out, because tomorrow night we spotlighted a little bit a very good game that Colin and Rick Northrup are going to be calling, the Houston Hyenas and the Tallahassee Pride on YouTube. That's going to be a fun one, a rematch of a semifinal contest last year. 3:49 to go in the second now for Nathan Lee, and Lee will fire it out to Carr. Wide open, Tristan Carr, 1st down and more, out of the Alaska 47-yard line. Pickup of 16. 18, check that.
Excuse me. We talked about Carr's impact early and then kind of disappeared on us. Now the Knights are starting to go back, and here a great route, a great play call here. Leaves Carr wide open, gives Nathan Lee a nice big target to get the ball to, and a terrific game there. Hopefully the start of something good here for London.
Tristan Carr now 5 catches, 46 yards. James Hands only has 1 catch in this first half. Donnie Hands hasn't even been targeted. And Nathan Lee is 9 of 10, 117 yards, a touchdown, and no picks. He's had a very good first half. Lee over the middle, caught by Carr, somehow with Francis all over him. 1st and 10 of the 34, a pickup of about 15. And Tristan Carr is eating receptions tonight.
Well, good job there by number 84. Actually, there was a ball that was probably thrown a little too softly by Lee, but Carr able to basket catch that away from Francis, pull it in, and then have the momentum to get those yak yards.
2 receivers top of the screen, back to pass. Outside, Ray King ball spinning away and does a lot just to get back to the line of scrimmage. DJ Majesty puts him down.
Well,
and hey,
hold
on, shout out. I want to give shout out to DJ Majesty. He is getting married today. Actually had his wedding earlier in the day, so he went from getting married to getting on a plane to London and getting on the field tonight. How about that?
What a way to start a marriage.
2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line. 2 receivers now hand off the ball, and Ray King ball with some blocks. 15 down to the 11-yard line. Ray King ball, another impressive run.
Well, a beautiful design play right down the center of the line there. What great blocking. 51 destroys his blocker. Man, whatever they're doing in practice for number 87 there, that tight end, they need to make him run some wind sprints. It looked like he ran out of breath. If he would have got out in front of the running back, that could have been a touchdown.
2-minute warning. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch TV, and you're watching Friday Night Lights. Some of the best matchups on the schedule this season on Friday nights. 1st and 10 at the 11, and Nathan Lee will fire it outside to the fullback who's got a block down to the 3-yard line. Pickup of 8. 2nd and 2 coming. Frankie Boyle, who lost the 2 points for London, gets his first reception.
Well, London trying to be a little tricky here. They're in that power formation, that run formation, but Alaska should know by now they don't want to run the ball out of that formation. They want to trick the defense into a pass. There, works out 3 yards away from the touchdown.
Blue Maple 15, appreciate the compliment. 2nd down and 2 from the 3, 1:25 to go in the first half. Handoff, Ray King ball, patient touchdown London, and the Knights serve an impressive drive over the last few minutes.
What patience by the running back. What vision. Able to get the ball, recognizes that the middle of that defensive offensive line is It's totally covered. Has the vision to shift to his left, find the opening, and goes into the end zone untouched. This guy has been a revelation here for London, and they are going toe-to-toe with the best team in the SFL.
Extra point coming for the Knights. Austin Powers, formerly San Antonio Vaquero, first season in London. The extra point is good, 16-14. Storm on top by just 2. Now, a word from the SFL.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in the DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are hashtag Loading Legends in the SFL.
From the goal line, Jeff Como out of the 24. Anthony Weil apparently said that this game was over. He'd say anything to get attention. 1st and 10 of the 24.
He should work as a color analyst.
That's
our job.
Hopefully he's watching tonight now that it's only a 2-point game, 76 and counting.
Yeah, really impressed so far how this London Knights defense has stepped up. Let's see here if they can shut down the Storm and go into halftime with some momentum.
And off to Williams. You know, every game, people ask me, what's in the cup? What's in the... I think I need to start just saying, hey, if you give enough bits, I'll tell you what's in the cup.
Hey, there's an advertising opportunity waiting to be
That's
had
right.
by someone out there.
Every time. Look, see, your advertisement here. There it is. 52 seconds to go in the second, and the handoff goes to Williams. And Williams breaks through a tackle. Williams 40. Williams 45. And down to midfield all the way to the London 49-yard line. Jason Williams having himself a night. Timeout, Storm. They have 2 remaining.
Well, normally when you run the ball with 43 seconds left in the second quarter, you're just trying to run the clock out. Not when you got a back like Jason Williams, who can bust through tackles like that and get you into enemy territory and an opportunity to get into field goal range with another nice, even just a decent, not even a big run.
Jeff Melanishin on stats. Jason Williams, 75 yards on 11 carries for a touchdown here in this first half.
Wow.
1st and 10 at the 49. Cochran to throw. Out to Nordellis. Defense all over it. Hard on the tackle. Loss of 1 down to 35 seconds to go. London trying to protect just their 2-point deficit. Merrill, bottom of the screen. 2 backs, 2 receivers. Line shifts to the left. Cochran in trouble. Run! Cochran goes down in a heap, and that may be the final play of the first half.
Yeah, I thought it took them too long to get into that play. I thought they should have used a timeout there just to regroup. And clearly, not everyone on the same page as the Alaska Storm's offensive line allows that sack.
Alaska going to set up for the Hail Mary. 3rd down and 19. Unblocked. Fumble. Ball's loose and Alaska recovers, but the time has expired. Boy, London making their case at the end of the first half, trying to knock out the defending champions. And that is how the first half comes to a close.
A near nightmare situation there for Alaska, as a fumble in the backfield by the quarterback could have resulted in points for London. Either way, London has all the momentum.
Thanks, 2K. Thanks, Obama. End of the first half, 16-14. We're back after word from our sponsors. Queensway in the United Kingdom. Stay with us. Start of the third, and Como on the return, and he gets whacked at the 27.
Well, it was not a solid, really, first half for Ron Cochran, completing only 5 of his 16 passes for 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Very un-Ron Cochran-like, and give that all the credit in the world to this London defense that's been playing lights out.
Appreciate you, Swole 2011, and all of your support. 10:57 to go in the third. The handoff goes to Williams, and Jason Williams continues his dominant 7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3.
Well, that makes 82 yards so far in this game off 12 carries and a touchdown for Jason Williams, who continues to impress from the fullback position here for Alaska.
Ray King Ball, 42 yards on 5 carries and a touchdown. Nathan Lee, 12 of 13 for 138 yards, touchdown. No picks in that first half. Cochran hit again. That pass incomplete. Zeus coming in strong. 3rd down and 3.
Well, Zeus, prior to this game, tied for 2nd in the SFL in sacks. Of course, number 1, big sexy Alex Dominguez. But first time we've actually got to call his name, surprisingly. But this entire London Knights defensive line is so talented. They open up opportunities for each other at different times.
4 receivers on a 3rd down and 3. Cochran to throw. Cochran with pressure around his left side, caught to the 45-yard line, pickup of about 12. Robert Merrill, and you look at the updated quarterback numbers, Cochran nearing 200 yards.
And that is why Alaska absolutely kills teams. Number 1 in 3rd down conversions. They convert 63% on 3rd down. And open wide receivers like that on 3rd down absolutely kill everything the other team is trying to do.
Cochran, pass, open. Klein can't break a tackle. Actually, Blake saves the touchdown all the way out to the Knight 26-yard line. Too easy there from the London defense.
Well, I'm going to bring back an oldie but a goodie. Easy peasy lemon squeezy there by Klein and Cochran, who have just connected so many times throughout the years. They just know each other so well. There's an old story about NFL quarterbacks who would practice in the dark with their wide receivers. That's how well they knew them.
Cochran over the middle, caught by Como. Ref got in the way. Pickup of 9, and Alaska's in the red zone again. I think that's the 4th time, if I remember correctly, they've been in the red zone tonight.
Well, let me tell you what, Jeff Como may be making himself some money tonight in this season as the number 3 wide receiver. There are plenty of SFL teams out there that are looking at Como as a possible free agent coming up this offseason.
9:05 to go in the third. Cochran middle, caught by Julian. 1st and goal to the 4. And how about Alaska's response to London ending the first half the way they did, a 2-minute drive, and they're 4 yards away from pay dirt?
Well, do you expect anything else from a 4-0 team? But Julian here, wow, what athleticism for the big guy to do a complete 360, catch the ball one-handed, and still bring it in. This guy has, along with Como, really shined here early for Alaska.
Not sure where Shady was going or who he thought he should have defended. Blue right pass. Oh, Williams picked up and thrown down. No gain on the play. That was Shady saying, "What were you saying?" "Nothing, sir. Nothing. Move along."
Well, we've seen Shady make a tremendous interception in this game, one-handed, but that is his bread and butter, tattooing the opposing, either whether it be a receiver, a tight end, a running back. He can lay some wood out there on the defense.
2nd to go from the 3. Cochran steps up in the pocket, fires, touchdown. That was so pretty from Ron Cochran.
Well, he does a great job of letting those routes develop and letting his wide receivers clear all that traffic. He's a trained veteran. Obviously, he keeps his eyes down the field, and he can slide in the pocket when he needs to. They're perfectly demonstrating he's kind of a Houdini in there that we don't talk about enough.
Frank Axmall was coming for him, and Cochran just very subtle. Just a little step up, bought him some time, found the open man and got the touchdown, and Alaska keeps it a 2-score game with Brechet's made extra point. How about that response? 2-minute, 52 second drive to open up the third quarter, and Alaska separates themselves once again.
And it wasn't the cleanest as far as offensively. The London Knights did a good job of getting pressure on Cochran, which we've seen increase as this game has progressed. But Alaska and Cochran able to better handle that pressure this go around.
8:08 to go in the third. And Melanishin on the return. Not much room. Brechet's doing a good job of pinning him back deep. Stephen, London got torched defensively deep, especially last week from Chicago. Haven't seen them get torched as much tonight, but obviously that's a big reason why Alaska's been able to produce.
Yeah, and that was a game in Chicago, with Chicago that E.T. King just went off, was near perfect in his execution, and we haven't seen that from King in a little while.
Lee's under center, and Lee is in trouble, avoids a sack, and then took another one, probably a more vicious one. Pierre Lyon on the stop, and how many times, Stephen, have we seen London in 2nd and 13, 14, 16 here in this ballgame?
Yeah, too much, and relying too much on Lee to try and get them out of these really bad situations. But they're just struggling to find someone open. Found someone open deep, but by the time he broke that initial tackle, he just didn't have enough time to do the wind-up to get the ball out of there.
4 receivers, Lee, quick throw, Carr, and Carr in traffic. Catches that one for 11 yards. 3rd down and 3 coming up. What a dime.
Yeah, and absolutely clutch here. Great delivery. Great job by Carr to keep his focus and concentration between 2 defenders to bring that ball in. They have called his number tonight often, and he has answered that call. Really surprised we haven't seen more from the hands team.
3rd and short, Lee shuffles the feet. Caught by Carr. 1st down to the 38-yard line. And I got to be honest, Stephen, I know they're losing a game. I've seen London a couple of times this season, at least in person with you. I think this is their best offensive performance. I mean, Lee and Ball has looked well, and Hands hasn't been as involved, but they're not forcing balls deep down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. They're using other weapons other than their 2 outside wide receivers.
1st and 10 to the 38. That's the fullback now. And that's a pickup of 2 to the outside. The London 40. Tackle on the far side against Boyle, made by Chris Mack.
They have found success, finding those secondary receivers, the tight end, the fullback, the running back in the passing game, but they still have to find a way to get both of the hands guys involved.
2nd down, 8, deep drop back, Lee. Lee fires near side, caught, 1st down, there you go, right on cue. Donnie Hands, his first target of the night. And Nathan Lee is 15 of 16 against one of the league's best defenses.
Well, Lee near perfection tonight, and here just a great route run, that little deep out route there by Donnie Hands, able to get a step or 2 on the defender and give his quarterback a nice open target. And Lee, one of the strongest arms here in the SFL, he doesn't need a big window to fit the ball in.
James Hands. It's at the bottom of the screen here, right at the tip of that London Knights logo. Handoff goes to Ball, and Ray King Ball this time only able to pick up a yard. But I love what London has been able to do, producing in the rushing attack tonight. Not only because it gets them out of one-dimensional offense, but because it's been helpful to the passing game tonight, which has been probably the biggest surprise.
Right, trying to keep this Storm defense, who are underrated, trying to keep them honest and not just playing the pass.
Lee, 2nd and 9 from the 45. Dime to Donnie Hands to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for London. Another beautiful ball from the highest-paid quarterback in the league.
Well, give Nathan Lee a lot of credit here. He had actually James Hand on that fade route, saw that a defender was right on top of him, so he moved on in his progression and went to Donnie Hands, found him in the middle of the field there for a 1st down.
And that's what he was forcing early in the season, just those deep bombs to Hands. He's certainly looking more comfortable in this offense as Alaska has 7 in the box. Press coverage off the line. Nathan Lee scrambling around. Lee going to take off and run. Lee, 25, 1st down to the 21-yard line. Nathan Lee showing some wheels for the first down.
Wow, this is probably the best performance we've seen from Nathan Lee, maybe ever here. Just able to wiggle out of all that pressure as the pocket was collapsing, and then made the right decision, which we don't often see here in the SFL camp, to run the ball.
4:25 to go in the third. What an answer here by London. Now ball takes a handoff, and too many Storm defenders coming in from everywhere. Pickup of 2, but if he would have had one more block, he might have gotten sprung into the red zone.
Well, Ray King Ball has been a real surprise here in this game, and there you'd like to see him be a little bit more decisive and just decide to find a hole and run through that hole. They're just trying to wait for his blocks to develop, and they never quite did.
Christian Carr approaching 100 yards tonight. Alaska bringing late pressure. It is picked up. Carr with the reception, but only a 2-yard gain. Draped all over his back. 3rd and 6 coming up, but Nathan Lee's been strong on third downs as of late.
Well, a little bit of a bailout there. Just good to get positive yardage in what was basically a throwaway, as the comeback route really led Carr back to really a minimal game.
4 wide. And Lee steps up in the pocket, floats one, incomplete. Dangerous ball, looking for man, defended by Chris Paul. And London will have to bring out Powers for a field goal, but still a victory to get this game back to 1 score.
Yeah, a bit of a dangerous pass here. Obviously thought that that Paul was not going to continue with number 86 there, man, but a good adjustment by Paul, seeing that the ball was lofted a little bit too high there and took too long to get the receiver. A rare mistake there by Nathan Lee.
Carroll kind of bumped him as he was covering James' hands, and it was almost a little bit of a rub route there.
Right.
And caused some disturbance in the route, and hands could not get some separation. 34-yard field goal for Powers with 3:18 to go in the third quarter. London trying to make it a 6-point game. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good from 34 yards away. And the Knights staying strong here. Stephen, they finished 3-9 last year. If they are able to take down the defending champs tonight, that's got to be the biggest win in franchise history, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And not many people picked the Knights to be in this ballgame, much less win it, just based on they're coming off a 3-game losing streak, and you're coming in and facing the defending champions who have yet to lose a contest this season.
Who you got? 66 out of 80 people predicted Alaska would win tonight, as Como is put down at the 22-yard line. Nice job there by London special teams. Mike Lazowski with the tackle. Ron Cochran is back out there. His numbers tonight, 21 of 29, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 239 yards.
Well, if you're the London Knights defense, you do not want to repeat performance of that first series coming out of halftime from Alaska.
1st and 10 at the Alaska 22. Back to pass is Cochran. Cochran check down, caught. Nordellis, 3-yard gain. Nathan Lee, 191 yards, a touchdown, no picks, only 2 incompletions tonight. Cochran's had more yardage.
Yeah, and both quarterbacks really living up to their billing coming in the game. You know, Cochran's had some early mistakes, but then he comes back and leads a beautiful drive like he did coming out of halftime, where it's near perfection.
2:40 to go in the third. 2nd and 7, Cochran straight back, risky throw, pass caught by Merrill. Merrill breaks a tackle, and Merrill picks up a nice 5 yards off of nothing. Tackle made on the outside by McDonald.
Yeah, that's the thing about those short quarterback drops. You know, if they're going to do a drop like that, as far as, you know, for coming out of center, they've got to find their targets extremely fast, especially against this kind of a defensive line.
Handoff, Williams, 3rd down, got it. 1st down to the 36, a 7-yard gain on 3rd down and 2, and Williams continues to be impressive. Now, I believe 82 yards on 13 carries, or now 89 yards on 14 carries.
Well, that's Williams' job, is to convert those 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why it was so surprising that they did not look toward him earlier in the game when they were on the goal line.
Sack against Ron Cochran. That's Davidson. Loss of 4.
Well, that's Davidson's 2nd sack of the night, 8th sack on the season, quickly becoming one of the premier pass rushers, showing you there is able to, with his left arm, actually push the offensive lineman out of the way and has a straight shot right into Cochran's grill.
2nd down, 14, 1:13 to go. Cochran to throw. Cochran middle, caught. 1st down, Jason Williams again. This guy is outstanding.
Well, Cochran, tough as nails, gets hit in the mouth on the previous play, and he looks unfazed, Cam, able to find a wide open Williams down the middle of the field. That's why you have a veteran, and that's why you pay a veteran like Cochran under center to make those kind of plays after getting hit in the mouth, really.
50 seconds to go. James Klein celebrated a birthday the day after Carolina got off to their hottest start in franchise history. That pass is nearly intercepted. Really well done by McDonald to jump that route on Merrill. Tonight, at kickoff of this game in UK time, Stephen, Liam Crowder. It's his birthday officially today in the UK. So happy birthday, Liam. He's turning 3 years old. We're so excited for him to learn his first words and just, so great. 38 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Happy birthday, buddy. 25, actually. 2nd down and 10 from the 47. And that pass is off to Nordellis. Nordellis with some room until he's decapitated after a 6-yard gain. 3rd down and 4.
Well, happy 3rd birthday, Liam Crowder. His eggplant's actually 22 years. That's how that works. That's that weird British USA conversion. Like dog years.
It's that dang Euro or Brexit or whatever. We can't keep up. 3rd down and 4 at the 47 for Cochran. And Cochran fires outside. Williams, 1st down to the 43. Does anybody else pick up 1st downs for this team? He is just fantastic.
As cool as the other side of the pillow, Cam. That's how I would describe this connection between Ron Cochran and Jason Williams. They make it look so effortless, but you know that it's special because not anybody else in the SFL is doing this kind of thing.
End of the 3rd quarter. Boy, we got a good one tonight. This has been fun to kick off week 5. 23-17, Alaska on top of London. We're back to Queensway after a word from our sponsors.
Show Business Studios can take your dream and make it reality. Any show, anytime, any place. Show Business Studios is limited only by your imagination. Find us at showbusinessstudios.com.
APM Music is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com and visit their all-new esports landing page to find the best highlight music, heroic action, and epic sounds to boost the quality of your esports stream just like us. Log on to forum.apmmusic.com/esports for more information. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, is also brought to you in part by Show Business Studios, MediaTek Institute, Richards Printworks, ScoreStream, and Spygoat. There's the married man, Mike Peters, on the right, talking it up with Eric Vinson and Max Jackson of Dallas and Las Vegas, respectively. 1st and 10 from the London 43. And Cochran, pass caught by Como. Nice athletic play there. Picks up 2, but a nice tackle made by number 28, Jeff Boyardee. 10:45 left.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward catch there by Como. Just maybe having to do a little, maybe doing a little too much in his head there to try and bring that one in. And like you said, the defender all over him there for a minimal gain.
23-17. Good ball game here from London. Back to pass is Cochran, and Cochran flips it out to Nordellis. And Nordellis gets thrown back literally about 4 yards. Jeff again on the stop. And, you know, for London, when you looked at the schedule, I mean, just it's kind of like for Vegas. It's kind of like for everybody, really. Alaska's the statement game. You want to make a statement. You want to say that, you know, you're here to be competitive, and London and Vegas have done that now in back-to-back weeks. 3rd down and 7. Cochran trying to convert another 3rd down. Deep ball down the field, double coverage. What a catch for number 89. What I thought it was Klein, but instead it's Jose Galliano down the field.
Well, Cam, they say you got to get up to get down, and boy, does this guy get up to get this ball in between 2 Knight defenders. Calling his number for the first time tonight. He comes up big, number 89.
Nathan Blake's having a bit of a rough night. Not that he's done anything horrible per se, but he just has not been able to make the big plays when it counts. 1st and 10 for the 21 handoff. Williams on a fullback dive. Picks up 4 to the London 17. And if you're the Knights, you can't just keep trading points with this team all night. You got to get a stop here.
Well, they've done a great job defensively of really stopping the Alaska Storm, but it's tough duty. You know, they run, they pass very efficiently, and at some point, this defense is going to get tired.
Out of the gun, Cochran. Cochran middle, caught, Como, 5, 4, 3, down to the 1. And now, let's see what Alaska does. Last time they were on the 1-yard line, Slyn Shady made one of the best plays of the year.
Well, it hasn't been a perfect game for Ron Cochran, but here anybody in the SFL can hit a guy this wide open as Como just runs a nice little slant route there, and there's no defender in sight.
Cochran out of the gun. Split backs. Merrill, bottom of the screen. 8.5 to go in the 4th. What can London's defense do? Absolutely nothing. Touchdown, Alaska. No, they said it was incomplete. How is that? But did he drop that, Steven?
I didn't think so. This is a challenge here if possible. Wow.
Did anybody see that in the no challenge? Did he drop that? I mean, that was a walk in the park touchdown.
We've seen touchdown passes get dropped quicker than that, and it's count.
That's crazy. 2nd and goal from the 1 now. Cochran will fire. Back of the end zone to Robert Merrill. He just floated that over the London Bridge. 29-17.
Alaska, wow, just amazing. Look, first of all, I was shocked for the 2nd play in a row here down on the goal line. They go to a shotgun, which is just confusing me. Probably confusing the London defense as well. The way Jason Williams has run, that's just an easy push in for him for the touchdown. But they want to pass the ball here down the goal line, and to me they did it back to back here. They scored twice.
So the extra point for Brechet. I'm kind of surprised Alaska's not going for 2 here. I don't know how much 13 is going to help. That is nearly blocked, but the extra point is good. Alaska gets to 30. And it's 30-17 with 8:24 to go. Fan night this week is Oklahoma City and Atlanta. Rivalry night on Sunday night with Curtis and Ramos is our next broadcast on Twitch. And London still has to feel okay about where they're at. They need a touchdown, but Nathan Lee has been outstanding. There's no reason to believe why he can't lead them down the field from the 6-yard line. This is Melanishin on the return up to the 26.
Well, the Knights offense was built for situations like this, Cam. You know, they tend not to run the ball so much or rely on rushing the ball at all. They like to pass the ball, and the way that James Hands has been held in check, you got to think it's only a matter of time for this SFL Megatron to get his.
8:20 left in the 4th. James Hands, I believe, still, just has the 1 catch for the 52-yard touchdown, as that pass is dangerous. Boy, man, looked like he got horse-collared. 5 yards down the field. Where's the penalty on that? That was vicious.
Yeah, that looked awkward, and that's dangerous because an offensive player can really get hurt on those kind of plays. That's why it's been outlawed in the NFL. Probably need to look into doing so here in the SFL as well.
7:50 to go in the fourth, but even still, it should have been a personal foul because the forward progress was most certainly stopped. Back to pass is Lee. Lee, check down ball. Like how he turned upfield quickly, but Alex Dominguez eats him for dinner. 3rd down and 8. Critical 3rd down here with 7.5 to go. London doesn't have much room for error anymore.
Cam, the one word that comes to mind just watching this offense is frantic. They just seem frantic right now. That's not what you want to see from London if they're trying to get back in the game with the Storm.
1,000 bits from Easy Temple just now. Appreciate the love and support. 3rd down and 8. Look at Lee. Shuffle the feet in the pocket. Andy Mann caught for the first down. What a throw for Lee, who continues to be outstanding tonight. 21 of 23 for over 200 yards, no picks.
Well, the London Knights have, 3 star receivers out there, including the tight end. Yet Lee, scouring the field, finds Mann open. And Mann has actually made a couple good plays for him, and they have built a little chemistry here. But good job by Lee spreading the love and going with whoever's open on that long 3rd down.
First and 10 at midfield. 6:36 to go in the fourth. Lee caught, 1st down. James Hands, 2nd of the game. And I like what London's doing here because they're not wasting any time.
Let me tell you what, Lee just delivered a laser there, Cam. Like James Hands was going to catch that ball no matter what. Like he almost put it in the side of his shoulder pad.
6:12 and counting. London making quick work of this Alaska defense, which is not easy to do. Back to pass, Lee. Lee, open. Carr, 1st down. Pickup of 12 to the Storm, 26-yard line. And Nathan Lee's up to 239.
Look, Nathan Lee must be a bus driver in the offseason because he is absolutely taking this Alaska Storm defense to school. He has dissected this group that has traditionally held a lot of the best SFL passers in check. He's done a wonderful job tonight, and boy, do the Knights need him to get back into this game.
In a couple years, he can take Liam Crowder to school.
Yeah, his eggplant is already old enough to go to the Army.
Oh, gosh. See, now 2 times too many. Lee, straight back, fires. Oh, Hands. Dangerous play, as I think it hit Hands in the helmet as the pass was a little bit early. I don't think James was really ready for it. 2nd and 10.
Well, that's either a bad play or a bad route, as there was 2 Knights receivers in the same area running the same route, and neither one of them could come up with the ball.
3 receivers, 5:34 to go in the fourth. 2nd and 10 after just the 3rd incompletion of the night for Nathan Lee. Lee, 3-step drop, hits Carr, makes it a more 3rd down and manageable. But London doesn't have a lot of time. I'm really surprised they're not going no huddle here, Steven.
Yeah, that clock, is just it's their biggest opponent right now, not the Storm. But I guess they just figured that they need to get a solid play in rather than trying to rush.
3rd and 5 of the 21, 5:05 to go in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers out of the gun for Lee. 3 down linemen for Alaska. Dominguez has been quiet. Lee's pass. Oh, Hands dropped it. It was a little bit out in front of him, but he should have had it. Especially with that last name.
Yeah, it's his surname. I was about to say his surname is Hands, so you just expect him to make those kind of spectacular plays. But, Cam, let's not forget that he has been on the shelf for much of this game. So, it just not being used sometimes can get into your head a bit.
4th down and 5. London needs this. Lee to throw. Short. Did he get it? No. Alaska gets the turnover on downs. That is devastating.
Boy, I'd like to see this again, Cam. It is so close. The receiver, all he needs to do is lunge forward just a little bit. Actually, lunges forward just to catch the pass, and they're not going to challenge. So clearly not. They didn't see, they saw what we saw, which is him getting cut short.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, still got 4:54 left to go in this game, but that really hurts London, especially for how well Lee has played all night. As Cochran's pass caught by Nordellis, and then he's quickly thrown to the ground by Axmall. 2-yard game, but the clock keeps moving. That's what's not on London's side right now.
We'll certainly applaud the London Knights for going for it on 4th down with still nearly 5 minutes left in the game. They realized the situation they're in. They realized that they needed to try and take advantage of a hot Lee in that situation, but just didn't work out.
2nd and 8 at the 18. 3 wide for Cochran. He's milking the clock. Handoff Williams. Williams got away and picks up 5. Man, if they just bring him down at the line, totally changes this 3rd down situationally. 4:05 and counting.
It actually may work into the London Knights' favor. Alaska here at 3rd and 3, the way that Williams has been running, perhaps they'll run on this play, give him an opportunity to maybe the London Knights to get in, but looks like they're going to pass and shotgun. Don't listen to me.
In the dime look, 4 wide for Cochran. On a 3rd down and 3, down to 10 on the play clock. London in desperate need of a stop. Cochran going to throw. Cochran going deep middle. Caught! And that's the difference in the game. Hands couldn't catch his deep middle throw. Optimus Klein catches that one for a 1st down.
We're talking about 2 opposing number 1 wide receivers in identical leaps and opportunities at the ball where Klein makes the play. James' hands came up short.
3:25 and counting. Now London needs a miracle. They still have all 3 timeouts, still have the 2-minute warning. But Alaska is taking their sweet time. Klein now 116 yards on 7 receptions. 3 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. Nickel package for London, down to 5 on the play clock. London can't give up another 1st down. I think this game is over. Handoff Williams, Shady eventually puts him down to the 45-yard line. Pick up a 4. 1 more play required of Alaska before the 2-minute warning.
This is just a sign of a great SFL team, Cam. They can go on the road. They don't have to play a perfect game. Certainly, the Storm did not play a perfect game tonight, but they can still come away with the victory. The best teams in the SFL find ways to win at away games, and the Storms are showing all the signs of being one of the greatest SFL teams in league history.
2nd and 6 at the 45. For the moment, it appears like the defending champs are going to be the first team to move to 5-0. Williams can't make it official. 3rd and 3 coming. London has to get a stop here. We know that they can strike quickly. We know they've got a star kicker. It's not totally done yet, but Alaska has done just enough, and I mean just enough tonight, to get the job done. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch.tv. And the SFL Network's presentation of Friday Night Lights. Third down and 3. Alaska going to throw. Cochran outside. Caught. Como couldn't get. And he stopped the clock too. Couldn't get the 1st down and saves London a timeout. If I'm Alaska, I would just go for this. Why not? End the game.
I agree with you. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't know if they will. They have a comfortable lead. It looks like they are going to punt the ball. I understand, though, why they would do so. Their defense has played well. But surprising, Cam, Alaska's 63% conversion rate on 3rd down. Nearly got it there, but Como making just a couple mistakes, not able to turn the quarter, going out of bounds. But I don't think that's a big enough mistake to really cost the Storm here.
So 1:49 left. They give Nathan Lee a long field, which he couldn't score a touchdown on the last drive with. 81 yards to go. Nathan Lee, if they can't pull out the win, one of his greatest performances as a quarterback is going to go down as an L. And honestly, if I'm London, I don't know if I changed too much. This was a really good showing And honestly, the 13-point score doesn't do the game justice as Carr catches the pass for a 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, I didn't like that play call, Cam. They put Carr and James Hands right in the same area for the same ball.
Lee again to throw. Carr caught, first down. Why not do anything different? Carr is just wide open out to the 41-yard line. Alaska on their heels, 1:25, but clock running out. Lee to Carr again, but Carr's going backwards. And I think we got an injury. Carr is hurt.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Well, maybe it's just a flesh wound, Cam. You know, but no, seriously.
Doesn't matter.
This guy has been a rock for this offense, and clearly, you know, I think the biggest defense and what we've seen, difference that we've seen in this London Knights offense has been the usage of Carr in the middle of the field and the running of Ray King Ball. So pulling him off the field here, it's really curtains there for the Knights.
So Ball's out, Hands at the bottom of the screen. And James Hands, honestly, the only thing missing tonight from the offense was just more involvement from the Hands team, especially James Hands, as Lee throws middle, caught by Donnie Hands, but a 9-yard gain that keeps the clock running, 3rd and 1. 1:08 left. Lee trying to do the improbable. Lee, middle again, caught by Hands, but it's like 8-yard chunks. They're going to run out of time by the time they get down there.
This is a team that's known for the long ball
Right.
to James Hands. I'm surprised they haven't run that play yet.
3 receivers, out to Ball. Ball's got to get out of bounds. He can't do it. That was an opportunity wasted there. 43 seconds to go. When they have all 3 timeouts, I'm just shocked they've not used any here. Lee to throw all day. Nathan Lee, middle, incomplete. That'll serve as a timeout. They got to get moving.
Yeah, I've never wanted it incomplete so much in my life for them. Just stop the clock. Let's reconsider what we're doing here. Are we really trying to win this game? If so, we've got to try and score. And all you need is one big play. Why not go to your big man, James Hands, who's known for making those spectacular deep catches?
4 wide for Lee. Protecting all 3 timeouts, which is unusual this late stage in the game. Lee's going long, and too much air on it. It's whacked away again by Chris Paul, 4th and 5. What a play.
And, well, we've seen the Knights be successful in that play, going to man from Lee. But they're just a great individual play to knock the ball away by the defender. Obviously, this defense is smelling an opportunity here to shut the game down.
4th and 5, last ditch effort for Nathan Lee and the Knights, trying to avoid another long losing streak continuing. Lee outside, caught, didn't get it. 0 of 2 on 4th downs tonight. They went to man again. And one more first down will be the final curtain call.
And I.B. Lurkin, they're able to make the game-sealing tackle, but just not a good play call there by London's offense. Going to the role player, wide receiver, the 3rd man on the depth chart, really, to try and make him not even give him the pass past the sticks, but to have to let him make a play in order to get the first down. It's not a wise decision.
Well, London is going to fall to 1 and 4, but I think the one takeaway from this game, Stephen, is I think they've got their quarterback. I think this guy can. I mean, I think he can really play in this offense. Now, just with some fine tuning and things like that. But I mean, he was outstanding. I think well worth the money, and the team has to just build around him. And victory formation here for Alaska, which I think they're just going with the strategy of pinning him back deep again, and why not? It's worked the last 2 drives.
Well, I think you're absolutely right about Nathan Lee, Cam, and I think they found a way to get their running back and Ray Ball King an opportunity to get him going a little bit more in this game, and a little bit, they've got the tight end involved, but just not. I'm sorry, Ray King Ball. I said the other way around. I apologize. But they've got to find a way to get the Hands guys involved more, especially James Hands.
Without forcing it.
without forcing who they have committed so much of their resources towards acquiring and building, and he's just got to get more involved. Other than that one really fade route that he runs, they just need to get him to where, Nathan Lee feels comfortable finding him more like in the middle of the field.
So Alaska will punt it away. Fair catch called for at the 34 to preserve some time. And Stephen, we don't say it every single week, but I want to say it tonight. How, thanks to Jeff Melanishin on stats, and just thanks, buddy, for being here again. I mean, your attendance, your perfect attendance is outstanding, and I really love calling these games with you, bud.
Yeah, these are the guys that, Jeff is just one of those guys of the several guys in our league that do the grunt work for us, keep these stats for us, so that we can present the best game possible for you, the viewer. And they don't get much recognition, but they're on top of every play. They're intensely writing down each thing and recording each play. They are the unsung heroes of what we do. So thank you, Jeff, and for all of those stats guys that are out there.
About to hit the busy part of my yearly schedule, so I won't be on a few broadcasts as I normally am on Fridays and Mondays. That pass is incomplete. Couldn't be caught, and Tristan Carr, rough way to end his night. But the Houdini of the SFL lives in the office of the doctors. 3rd and 10.
Yes. Dr. Miyagi will get right on that and get Carr on the field next week, so he should be good to go. Here, the ACLs heal in a week here in the SFL.
3rd down and 10 from the 34, maybe the last play of the game. Lee down the middle, that's incomplete. Boy, does it look like London has just given up or what?
Yeah.
They can't catch anything now.
The wheels have certainly fallen off. They know that there's no chance to get back in this game, but that's no reason why these receivers should be failing Lee, who is putting the ball in perfect positions to be caught. These receivers have just clearly given up.
That safety was huge, man. Where it came in the game, it was 7-7. London had the ball back, and that was such a great play, and then Alaska just ripped it away. And ever since then, London has played catch-up, and they just couldn't find the upper hand tonight. That was an awesome play as that pass from Lee is caught, but a tackle out in the open field will end the ball game. 30-17 is the official final. Post-game stats and highlights. We'll get a look at the final numbers. And Alaska goes 5-0. Their tough trip of at Vegas and at London is over, and they won both of them.
Well, the takeaways for me, Cam, in this game is London is close. They have found a real good connection here offensively, and they just need to find ways to get those hands guys more involved, as we've mentioned. And their defense really played lights out despite allowing 30 points from Alaska, one of their highest totals on the season so far, actually the 3rd highest. They played better than what the score shows defensively. And for Alaska, they're a perfect 5-0, but it was not a perfect night for them. And I believe that's what really makes them a great team. They can have mistakes like Rick Cochran's 2 interceptions tonight and look out of kilter a little bit, but still come away with a victory away, from their hometown.
The next undefeated team to play is tomorrow night. Tallahassee 4-0 takes on the 3-1 Houston Hyenas. 5th meeting ever between those two teams. Both teams have won 2 games, and both teams have won both of their home games in that series. Tallahassee is at home tomorrow night, but we'll see if Houston can get that victory. They become immediately a championship contender, winners of 4 in a row. Player of the game tonight, awarded by 2K, is Ron Cochran, 34 of 42. 342 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not a perfect night, but Ron Cochran gets it done, and his receivers got it done down the field. Honestly, Stephen, I may have given it to Williams. He was just outstanding on 3rd down.
Yeah, he was absolutely a real consistent force from them that I think they didn't look to enough tonight.
That's a wrap from Queensway. Thanks for hosting us, London, late night. And fans will go home unhappy. Cheers from SFL headquarters back in Denton. And from all of us in the SFL Network production crew, I'm Cameron Irvine. Thanks for being here. Hopefully Twitch partnership is right around the corner. And we've got some big news coming soon. Good night, everybody.
Gilly, Gilly.